The world's hottest mountain bike race is back, and it's bigger and better. The atmosphere here in beautiful Langkawi is heating up, with riders raring to test their skills on one of the toughest stage races in the calendar. And from the looks of it, even the weather is responding to the charged atmosphere, promising a hot and exhilarating race. Starting only with a 2-day race back in 2010, LMBC was extended to 5 days in 2011, and this year an additional stage was added, making it 6 stages altogether. LMBC 2012 will start with an individual time trial called the Prologue, where Langkawi's iconic Eagle Square is the starting point. Each rider will go through a short but furiously fast-paced stage, taking them through Legenda Park before returning to Eagle Square. Though the course is not too technical, riders are required to maintain speed as they tackle grassy mounds and a 400-meter beach section. The rider that clocks the fastest time in each of the 4 categories will wear their respective LMBC race leader jerseys for the following race, Stage 1, the next day. Last year's winner, Karl Platt, will be wearing the number 1 on the back of his jersey as defending champion and will be the last rider to leave the starting point. Beautiful sunny skies greeted the riders in what is looking to be a promising and exciting day. Athletes arrived at race registration to receive their race numbers, accreditations, and were given a short briefing by UCI delegates as they prepare for the long week ahead. Starting off the individual time trial is the women's open category. Among the ladies taking part this year is Charisse Stander, who is making her debut in an international mountain bike race. Charisse, wife of Olympian Barry Stander, who placed 5th in this year's Olympics, was originally a roadie before switching to mountain biking. Olympian Leah Davison, the all-women team from Colnago, Südtirol, Julia Innerhofer, who is the Italian Junior World Champ bronze medalist, and LMBC defending champion Natalie Schneider are also taking part. Malaysia's national champion Maziaton Mohamed Radzi started off the time trial as she was the best Malaysian woman overall in last year's LMBC. Maziaton maintained her consistency in this race after clocking the 10th fastest time. Overall, the ladies showed the men that they were just as good on the tracks as them, and some clocked in impressive times. Eva Lechner from Team Colnago Südtirol was the fastest lady on the bike when she clocked in 5 minutes 51.272 seconds, while Leah Davison from Team Specialized came in second, just 4.348 seconds behind Lechner.
I'm very happy about the victory today. After the race, first won Natalie, but I had won the race and I'm very happy about that. The track was pretty nice. It was a little bit muddy about the rain in the last days, but for me it wasn't a problem, and so I enjoyed a lot.
The biggest upset in the women category was when last year's overall champion Natalie Schneider only managed 3rd place. Schneider, also from Team Colnago Südtirol, clocked in at 5 minutes 58.851 seconds. Here is the official result in the women's category. Among those in the top 10 is Blaza Klemenic, who is ranked 15th in the UCI Women Cross Country, Janka Stevkova, who finished 21st in London 2012, and Jenny King, the undefeated champ in the Australian National XC Series. The Prologue is proving to be a series of upsets as race favorites were overtaken by the other riders. Last year's LMBC men overall winner Karl Platt, wearing number 1, only managed to finish 10 overall. Platt from Bull's team clocked 5 minutes 25.71 seconds. While last year's runner-up, Barry Stander from Team Specialized, came in 9th. Stander, who placed 5th at London 2012 Olympics, was only 16.836 seconds ahead of Platt. Another Olympian and race favorite is Todd Wells. Wells, also from Team Specialized, placed 6th overall, clocking in at 5 minutes and 21.35 seconds. The man of the hour that caused these upsets is Florian Vogel. Vogel from Team Scott Swiss Power clocked in the fastest time at 5 minutes and 8.29 seconds. He will start tomorrow's race, which is stage 1, wearing the yellow jersey. Clocking in the second best time of the day is Simon Gegenheim from Team Ultra Sports Racing. Gegenheim came in just 3.85 seconds behind Vogel. Third place goes to Emil Lindgren. Lindgren from Rabobank Giant Off-Road Team clocked in at 5 minutes 14.37 seconds. Here is the official list of the top 10 in the men's open category. Among them is Stefan Tum, number 1 in the UCI MTB Marathon rankings, Fabian Geiger, 5th in the World Championship, and Todd Wells, who finished 10th at the London Olympics. First-timer in the LMBC, Vogel was thrilled he won the Prologue.
Today it was a really short stage, so it's not that important to be well adjusted for 5 minutes. But tomorrow I probably gonna suffer more than today. Yeah, it's nice. I didn't had such a good season this year. Olympics went not as I expected, and it's nice to get a win at the Prologue and get the leader jersey.
Meanwhile, in the senior men's masters, John Ray Funk came in first, clocking in at 6 minutes 50.278 seconds. While Charles Stander from Team Concept Cyclery Specialized and Zamani Supatin from Team Latour came in second and third place respectively. In the men's masters category, Marzio Dejo from Cicli Olympia clocked in the fastest time at 5 minutes 32.042 seconds, while Nicholas Craig from Team Scott UK came in second, and Anthony White from Team Cannondale Mount Zoom Racing was third. Na Sang-hoon from Korea came in as the best Asian overall, while Anwar Manan was the overall best Malaysian. So ends day 1 of LIMBC 2012. Upsets all around and unexpected results, but you can be assured day 2 of the stage 1 race will be an exciting one. It wasn't only the riders that have to gear up for this event. Race marshals, tasked in guiding and making sure the riders are safe, have been working tirelessly, making sure all is in order from checking out each stage to ensuring their own bikes are in perfect working condition. These race marshals are totally hardcore and take their responsibilities seriously. Coming up, the race begins. Was it another bad day for defending champion Carl Platt in stage 1? Stay tuned to find out. Welcome back. Day 1 of LIMBC 2012 kicked off with the individual time trial, the Prologue. Ava Lechner wore the pink jersey in stage 1 after clocking the fastest time in the women's category, while Florian Vogel wore the yellow jersey. Wearing the green jersey for the men's masters category is Marzio Dejo, while John Ray Funk took the blue jersey. After the Prologue, day 2 of LIMBC 2012 is stage 1, where it will start and finish at Legenda Park. This course will give the riders an overview of what they'll face over the following days. Though on paper the course profile does not look too difficult, careful restraint is required by each rider. There are a lot of technical single-track rubber plantations, fire trails, paddy fields, dam crossings, and a final beach section. Riders who are not used to the tropical heat of Langkawi will rapidly dehydrate as the elements of heat and humidity play a part in this course. Legenda Park was a beehive of activities as riders gear up for stage one. Riders with their team vans and motorbikes made last-minute preparations, making sure they're ready to face anything that comes their way during the race. Police, race marshals, ambulances, and race officials were also seen preparing in their own way. Race leaders for each category were lined up in front of the start line. Leading the men's open category is Florian Vogel in his yellow jersey, followed by Eva Lechner in pink for the women's open category. In the men's masters, Marceo Dejo in green, while John Ray Funk in blue for the senior men's masters category. Though happy teammate Lechner got the pink jersey, Schneider will do whatever it takes to get it back. At the word go, riders began to pull away from the pack. As expected, Karl Platt of Team Bulls was in the lead in the first hour. The leading pack consisted of Christian Heineck, who finished third in the UCI World Championship MTB Marathon this year, Emil Lindgren, 14th in the world rankings of UCI cross-country racing, Olympian Todd Wells, and World Cup 5th place finisher Fabian Geiger. Last year's runner-up, Barry Stander, and day one leader, Florian Vogel, struggled to keep up with the leaders in the first hour. However, they managed to gain their momentum and caught up to the leading pack. Meanwhile, in the women's group, Natalie Schneider of Kolnago was leading the pack, followed closely by teammate Eva Lechner and Slovakian Blazer Klemenic. But first-timer to LMBC, Leah Davison of Team Specialized, caused an upset when she finished first in the women open category. Davison ended the race in 3 hours, 1 minute and 16.76 seconds. Schneider took second place, just 12.973 seconds behind Davison. Slovakian Janka Stevkova came in third, clocking in 3 hours, 1 minute and 31.91 seconds. While day one leader Eva Lechner took fourth place. Davison will now wear the pink jersey for tomorrow's stage 2 race.
It was really muddy, really hot out there, to be expected. It was pretty interesting. The group of girls, it was always 6 of us, 5 of us, and then in the last 10 kilometers, there was 4 of us. And it was really tactical. So the Konago girls were just attacking me, just trying to keep up, follow their wheels, but it feels great to get the win.
And here is the official result for the top 10 women. Among the ladies who finished in the top 10 is Mazyaton Mohamed Radzi, Malaysia's top national female cyclist, and Julia Innerhofer, who finished third in the MTB World Junior Women Cross Country. Back to the men's open, it was Fabian Geiger from Rabobank Giant Off-Road Team that snatched first place, finishing the race in 2 hours, 23 minutes and 7.96 seconds. He overtook the race leaders and remained consistently in front to take the yellow jersey. Second place goes to Christian Heineck from Team Seska Sporitelna Specialized, 36.940 seconds behind Geiger. While Karl Platt took the third spot, clocking in 2 hours, 24 minutes and 55.33 seconds. After finishing 10th yesterday, Platt finally found his momentum and got a podium finish. Karl had been experiencing bad luck since the Prologue, and he couldn't hit the right notes as well as last year.
No, I really feel a bit tired because it was a really hard race, and today it was a little bit hectic in the beginning, but I wanted to go directly in front, and I knew the course a little bit, and I knew that's going to be very muddy and slippery. I had good tires on the bike, and I just wanted to do my pace from beginning. Yeah, till the end I felt a little bit tired, so the first 2 guys came and overtook me.
Here is the official result for stage 1 in the men's open category. Among the top 10 are South African national MTB marathon champ Max Knox and Liesling Matthias, who finished 23rd in the same championship. Yesterday's winner, Florian Vogel, didn't even make it to the top 10. And here are the top 10 men in overall ranking. Also a first-timer in LMBC, Geiger was delighted he managed to grab the yellow jersey.
Yeah, for sure, I'm very happy with that. I won the stage, it was a very tough one, and I felt good the whole race. And I'm also very happy to have this nice jersey on, the yellow jersey. It's nice to have it, and we will see what happens the next days. Maybe I can keep it, or we will see, but Saturday counts, and it'll be a hard way.
In the men's masters category, Marcelo Dejo retained his green jersey, while John Ray Funk retained his blue jersey in the senior men's masters. In the midst of pro riders from all over the world, an unknown young Australian has been quietly taking part in the 2012 LMBC.
I was backpacking through Malaysia, and a friend emailed me, "Oh, there's a good mountain bike race in Langkawi. You should enter. It'd be a good time." I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I decided to enter. So I rode my bike from Hat Yai, Thailand to Kuala Perlis with my heavy backpack. That was miserable, absolutely miserable. Don't recommend it to anyone. All on my back. Good warm-up preparation for the race.
This adventure seeker was thrilled when he was sponsored by Team Chiru Endurace to wear their jersey throughout the race. Coming up, stage 2, is it too much to handle? Stay with us to find out. Thanks for staying with us. 2 days of racing and no definite leader yet. Living up to its name as the world's hottest MTB race, it is truly one of the toughest stage races in the world. In the prologue, defending champion Natalie Schneider had to hand over her pink jersey to teammate Eva Lechner, who clocked the fastest time in the women's category. While Florian Vogel snatched the yellow jersey from last year's overall men's winner, Karl Platt. However, more upsets were to follow when Vogel had to relinquish the yellow jersey to Fabian Geiger, who finished first in stage 1. While in the women's category, Lechner could only hold on to the pink jersey for 1 day before handing it over to Leah Davison. After the prologue in stage 1, it's on to stage 2, where we move to the geopark sections located northwest of the island. The first half of the stage is a combination of tarmac and gravel routes. But after that, riders will face their first severe test when the race hits Buffalo Park, a long, steep climb up to 500 meters. Some riders may opt to walk up some of the steeper sections. The last 4 kilometers of the race are mainly single tracks, and in order to get a good finishing, riders will have to get a good position at the front of the groups. Day 3 greeted the riders with gorgeous sunny skies. After having gone through stage 1, each rider has started to find their own momentum in this race and are more determined than ever to get the top 10 finish. As usual, race leaders were lined up at the start line with Fabian Geiger in yellow from Team Rubberbank Giant. Geiger has a 36-second lead after yesterday's stage 1 race, while Leah Davison in pink, John Ray Funk in blue, and Marcelo Dejo in his green jersey. As soon as Dato Malik Maidin, the CEO of Human Voyage, flagged the riders off, riders jostled to get ahead. Not sure of what to expect, some riders opted to sprint and widen the gap from the pack in the hopes to buy some time at crucial points, while others paced themselves in order to conserve energy before facing the tough spots. Eva Lechner from Team Colnago Südtirol led the women's pack, consisting of Davison, Natalie Schneider, Leza Klemenic and Elizabeth Svem. At the first feed station, Emil Lindgren led the men, followed closely by Florian Vogel, Liesling Matthias, Todd Wells and Karl Markt. A surprising moment came when Lea Davison in pink was seen chasing Kwon Soon Woo from Korea. This is the moment when Davison sprinted away from the pack and maintained her lead in front all the way till the end. Riders were greeted by heavy rain as soon as they reached the Tulaga Harbour section. The tracks became muddy and slippery, making it hard for the riders to negotiate the trail. Simon Gegenheim became so muddy that he even took some time to clean up. The leader of the Men's Open kept changing throughout the race until Fabian Geiger took over the lead. Meanwhile, Davison, who finished 11th at London 2012, maintained her lead all the way to the finish line and is delighted she managed to retain the pink jersey.
I feel a little bit tired and muddy right now, but yeah, it was real mountain biking out there. It was a real test of the bike and the body, and I'm psyched that I felt good. So yeah, I'm honored to win again because it's definitely a talented field. Well, a snake went in front of me on the descent and I screamed. And then I got a leech on my neck and I was like, ugh. So yeah, it's not just the trail out there. There's a lot of other things. I have a little bit of a lead, so I'll probably just try to stay with the girls and then see how I feel.
Second place for the women is Elizabeth Svem from Norway, while Janka Stevkova from Slovakia took third place. Stevkova had a dramatic finish when she collapsed at the finish line and had to be helped. And here are the top 10 women who finished stage 2 today. Now here are the top 10 women in the general classification. As for the Men's Open, Geiger held his lead till the end while Karl Platt came in second. Emil Lindgren made it a 1-3 finish from Team Rabobank Giant to give a boost to the team.
Today was a really good day. We pushed it hard from the beginning, and I'm also happy to be on the podium with Emil. That's always nice. First and third, that's great. Can't be any better. And I was riding with the yellow jersey, and to win in the yellow jersey, that's great.
Fabian is riding really strong at the moment, and today I lost it a bit on the climb. I was down to 7th, I think, but then in the end I got in my rhythm in the downhill and made it up to 3rd place, so we have to be happy. Of course we help each other, me and Fabian, but when we are out there, so like today from first feeds on, it was me, Fabian and Karl together, and then we help each other also to keep the speed and so on.
Quite experienced, and it's good to have them both because then you can also play a little bit of a role. If you can stay with the guys, then you can sometimes say, okay, you are two. In the end, I lost just a little bit time, and we'll see. Maybe tomorrow I have another chance, so we'll see.
And here is the list of the top 10 men that finished today's race. And here is the list of the top 10 men in general classification. Nicholas Craig, meanwhile, heads the men's masters in the general classification, and Harmut Hoffman leads in the senior men's masters general classification. 3 days down and 3 more days to go. But the hottest mountain bike race is proving too hot to be handled. Find out in our next episode if your favorite rider is among those who pulled out.